This is a warning for trans people in the US. I'm really sorry about this one. If you haven't
I had to tell multiple people this morning that their children who are non-binary should not be renewing their passports right now.
Womanhood looks different for everybody.
What do you define a woman as?
This morning, the Supreme Court announced its decision to uphold a Tennessee ban on all gender-affirming care for minors. For trans...
At the Stonewall National Monument, the transgender flags normally there during Pride Month are missing. And as Dave Carlin reports, some are now taking matters into their own hands.
Jay Edinen of Queens brought his transgender flag to the Stonewall National Monument. He says a Pride Month tradition is ruined looking at this latest round of flags installed around the park. 250, all the same, rainbow ones. Missing are ones you see in this video from 2023. Trans and progress flags used to be mixed in. Not anymore.
I'm not going to stand by and watch us be erased from our own history, from our own communities, and from the visibility that we desperately need right now. 9 years ago.
Oh my God, says the guy who's erasing our history. Oh my God. First off, thanks for coming back. And today I want to do this video because I want to show you how I really believe, more specific, the TQ or maybe just the T community, really, they want to be oppressed. They actually want to be oppressed. They want to feel like victims, oppressed. They don't have any. It's just shocking to me. They are doing this to themselves. Secondly, the rainbow flag has always included trans. Hello, people. Always. LGBT. Okay? I also want to pose this question to you. Why would we take the one flag called the trans flag and add it in between all the rainbow flags that represent all of us, but pull out the trans flag so that it is the only other represented within all the stripes? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why isn't there like a gay man flag, a lesbian flag, a bisexual flag? I think there is, but it's ridiculous. And then why aren't all those? Why is it only ever the trans flag that flies alongside? And now the progress flag, which actually doesn't include lesbian, gay, and bisexual, by the way. So no, buddy, that's not how it works. It's called pride for a reason. That's the history. We're not going to let our history, your history. What are you talking about, buddy? If it wasn't for the LGB community, you wouldn't even have any history. So this is the stuff I want to show you. They just can't stand not being oppressed. They need to be oppressed. And this just proves it right here. I'm going to play a little bit more. I know I'm excited because I get so, I'm just over all you people acting like you're so oppressed and you don't have anything. Try living 30 years ago. And also, you just ruined everything we built anyway. So thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting. It helps me be able to make these videos. So I do appreciate you. Thank you. So let me play a little bit more of this insanity. Our history.
I created the rainbow flag installation here at the park.
Stephen Love Menendez did it by winning federal approval. Within a few years, the National Park Service was picking up the tab, buying and installing flags, including trans ones. Menendez says this year, the National Park Service told him to change the protocols.
All I was told is only the traditional rainbow flag will be displayed this year.
Awesome.
That's a terrible action for them to take.
I think it's absurd. I think it's petty. It's horrible. They're changing all of our history.
She is also
These people don't even know our history. Changing our history. You're the ones who decided to say Marsha P. Johnson was the woman who threw the first stone at the first trans woman, who is not a trans woman, by the way, was a cross-dresser transvestite, and you literally shoved him into the spot of the person who created Stonewall. You people are the one who literally, and then you took Stormy out, who was a lesbian. You threw the lesbian out, threw the gay guy out, and added the black trans woman in. Literally rewriting our history.
Talking about changes to federal websites that hit home for Menendez.
I used to be listed as an LGBTQ activist, and now it says Stephen Menendez, LGB activist. They took out the Q and the T.
Edinen is not the only one.
I I wonder why. Yeah, you guys are full on. As a transsexual, I think it's hilarious because you all brought it on yourselves.
Planting unauthorized flags here. The number of them grow with each day. National Park Service workers are here talking to the public, but told us they are not authorized to speak on this subject. We reached out by phone and email to the National Park Service. We have not heard back. At the Stonewall National Monument, Dave Carlin, CBS News, New York.
What part of Stonewall are you guys missing? And also, do you notice it says transgender flag controversy? Doesn't say LGBT flag controversy. Again, transgender. Everything is about transgender people. Forget the LGBT people. And also, Stonewall was built... was a situation that dealt with gay men, okay, and lesbians, not trans people. So the Stonewall Monument has nothing to do with trans people, but you people just gotta be part of it because you're oppressed. Oh my God, you want to know what oppressed? I mean, really, oppressed, seriously. You have everything you've ever wanted and more. So I found this because I also want to discuss this because I think it's quite fascinating and I'll show you why. We've been told our whole lives that wrinkle creams were the easiest way to look younger. Now one doctor says that's nothing but old news. According to Dr. John Layke, the world-renowned Beverly Hills beauty expert, most wrinkle fixes on the market are nothing but glorified moisturizers. They hardly make a dent on your appearance, and some can even be harmful to your skin, he said. Recently, Dr. Layke has forced his attention away from mainstream cosmetic practices. Why? So he can pursue a revolutionary anti-aging breakthrough, one that some experts say could empty the wallets of the cosmetic industry. It's almost like Photoshop for your face. You may even be mad after seeing how easy it is to visibly erase your wrinkles from view, Layke told reporters. It's true. His personal clients have dubbed his new do-it-yourself technique the age rewinder method because it can take years or even decades off the appearance in under 2 minutes. I tried it. Seriously, it works. In light of this amazing breakthrough, Dr. Layke has released a step-by-step video to the public, free and uninterrupted, where he outlines exactly how to use this simple solution from home. If this helps even one person look younger or feel more confident, I'll be thrilled knowing I helped, Dr. Layke commented. The video has since gone viral. At first, it was shared by users on Facebook, but since then, it's racked up over 2,300,000 views and counting. So far, the comments and feedback have been outstanding, with thousands of women reporting they look decades younger. One viewer even commented, "Best results of anything I've used. I can't believe how well this works. I'll never stop using this. I don't understand how it works, but the results are great. Thank you." So you can find out more about this for yourself right now. Go to bhmd1.com/buck or click on the link in the description box below. That's bhmd1.com/buck. Now, there's one thing Dr. Layke asked from his viewers. If watching this video helps you look and feel younger than you have in years, then please share the video with your friends and loved ones. Together, we have the power to help as many women reclaim a youthful look as possible. So go watch the video at bhmd1.com/buck right now, or just click on the link in the description box below. But before I go, I just want to tell you that I did try it and actually took the wrinkle right here away. Also, I want to let you know that it's not just for women. Men sometimes aren't cool with their wrinkles. So, men could actually use this product as well. So I just want to say that before we go. So remember, bhmd1.com/buck.
Teens who were up to no good started making trouble in an Atlanta neighborhood when they took pride flags off a building, started doing wheelies around on their scooters, and tearing up the flags. Wow. They were cutting them up. They're now facing hate crime charges. Okay. And this is more than just a one-off. We've already seen stories where if you drive your truck over the ground and it leaves a mark, they're going to accuse you of a hate crime. Yeah. And what we're witnessing with this story and many others is the politification of law, the entrenchment of communist ideology. Now, it's not necessarily a one-for-one with communism. We may say it's like that because it's in the same parent tree, but obviously there's a distinction between wokeness and communism, despite the fact we might argue that wokeness is an umbrella above communism or that they're deeply related. My point is this. They're not saying we are putting protection for communism in law. They're using a circuitous method by which they are. So with this story, what you basically have is a couple of teens who, admittedly, look, don't steal other people's stuff, don't vandalize.
Totally.
But the fact that they're facing such serious charges for what otherwise, in almost all circumstances, would be brushed off as a teen prank with a slap on the wrist, these kids are facing real prison. Now we take a look at New York City, and you've got the election of Zoran Mamdani. This guy has pledged to create an office of the LGBTQ and increase anti-hate policing 800%.
Wow.
I'll tell you what they're really saying. The Communist Party will be entrenched in government, and if you swear allegiance to the ideology, you will get political power. This is how all communism works.
Yeah.
Example. If you steal an American flag and burn it, you will not get in trouble. You won't.
Bam.
They're going to say, what are you talking about? The flag cost you $20.
That's what I want.
So they burned a flag. What's the big deal?
That's what I wanted.
You steal a pride flag and burn it, they'll threaten to put you in prison for years.
That's what I wanted you to hear. That is right there what I wanted you to hear. Now, obviously, LGBTQ hate crimes are not cool, but a hate crime to me is not ripping a flag down. And you can literally rip the American flag down, light it on fire, stomp on it, poop on it, pee on it. You can do everything you can to it. That's actually legal. Yet you can't do that to an LGBTQIA pee poo poo flag. What? How is that even a thing? So to me, I'll be honest, I don't particularly think of it as a hate crime, okay? A hate crime to me is when you go and you knock somebody in the face or do something really disgusting to them physically because they are LGBTQ, okay? That to me is a hate crime. If you're going to let one flag be burned and peed on and all of that, but you're not going to let another flag, what? That, to me, I'm not cool with that. I'm not. That's not how you operate in this country. So what flags can be burned and what flags, the actual flag of our country can be, but this is what I'm trying to show you. This idea that the LGBTQIA people are oppressed is nonsense. They get higher power than anybody else. It's just fascinating. And, you know, they gaslight themselves and they continue to make themselves, they want to be oppressed. They actually want it. They want to feel victim-y because, you know, when you feel that way, it gives you this power on some level to continue this gaslighting and this and all of this idea that we don't have anything and you can't do anything because you're LGBT, you know. And the other thing I want to pose this question to you all, and you can put it in the comments, your answer. You know, why are they always adding the LGB to this cause? Because the LGB is over here. We're continuing, like the flag thing. It's always about the TQIA pee poo poo. Yet they use the whole acronym now to as if they even care about the LGBT people. They don't care about them. This is actually a trans, queer, non-binary agenda. Yet they're using the whole acronym as if they are even part of the situation. They're not part of the situation anymore. And I noticed that they're always using that full acronym, which I do not believe they should be using in this particular thing. So the next one, the next gaslighty, we're oppressed situation, it's not funny, but I'm going to show you. Okay, so hold on.
Administration is shutting down the national LGBTQ youth suicide hotline within 30 days. Joining me now is David Kelmnick, president of the LGBT Network. And David, first question is, how important is this hotline?
Oh, this hotline is critically important. It's a matter of life or death for many kids. You know, LGBTQ youth are disproportionately impacted by suicide, by isolation, and so many of them have had traumatic experiences with other providers, you know, where they've either been misgendered, pathologized, or judged for simply who they are or who they love. So when they reach out to a hotline like this, you know, they need to know that they're going to be safe and be supported and be respected.
So I really wanted to bring this up because, yes, those hotlines are extremely important for everyone. But I'm going to show you how they're lying and how they gaslit this story. Because on all the liberal media, it's the same story. Trump is getting rid of the LGBTQIA hotline for young people who need it for the S word, okay? I don't know if I'm allowed to even use that word on this channel, so I'm just not going to say it. But that being said, if I do, I'll just bleep it out. That being said, that's not what's happening. So let me explain and show to you what is actually happening.
The Trump administration is not shutting down the National Suicide Hotline for LGBT youth. This is one thing that I cannot stand about the mainstream media. One headline has everybody going crazy. I seen it yesterday on ABC, NBC, CNN, everywhere. I've seen it everywhere. So let me break it down for you really quick. We spend $33 million federally on a press 3 option for the national hotline, right? What President Trump is doing now is saying, listen, there's going to be a hotline. Anybody can call the hotline. There's not specific for any specific group.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So you can call the hotline. This is what makes me so angry, because it makes it seem like if you're LGBT or if you're LGBT youth, you know, you can't call the hotline. And this is what I find, this is what happens on the left. This is what happens on CNN. They subsidize and they separate people to say, oh, President Trump is against you. That's not what's happening right now. For so long in this community, we fought to be, you know, no labels. Don't label me. We're normal people. We're normal. We're, you know, nothing's different about us. And now this is what we're fighting for. We're fighting to have what, a option 3 button on a hotline? No, this is for people who are actually really, really, really need it. And this right here makes me so absurdly angry, because again, it just makes it seem like we're telling people that they can't call now and President Trump is against the LGBT and this and that. No, we're just not separating ourselves, because at the end of the day, we're all Americans, we're all humans. We don't need an option 3 button, okay? We're regular people. We're regular people. So if you or someone you know, okay, is going through anything, any hardships, and they need this hotline, please, the number will be down below. Please just call it, and please feel free to call it, because these therapists on these hotlines, it doesn't matter if they're geared toward this, geared towards this, geared towards this. They will help you. They will get you through it. Do not believe the mainstream media, okay? Do not believe them.
Do you even know how sad this whole thing is? This person totally saved the whole thing. I'm telling you, they gaslight. They want to feel like, oh, we're all under attack. No, he just literally explained exactly right. They're making it one button. When you're in a phase of that space and you need someone to talk to, the last thing you need to be is put on hold. Press option 3. Somebody will be with you in a minute. You need to press the number and get to someone as fast as possible. And I really highly doubt that they're not training everyone in that space to actually understand how to talk to everyone. It's a faster system. It's more streamlined, and it actually gets to the person faster than if you have to dial number 3 and you go number 1 and then you're here and then you're here. And then by the time you get there, the person is totally over it and hangs up. I also want to let you all know there was and it still is in, and I'll actually do a whole video on this, but I'll just tell you, there is a hotline, an S hotline for trans people. It's called Trans Lifeline. And I have had beef with them from pretty much the minute they started. They were owned by 2 trans women who embezzled all the money. They weren't answering the phones. The actual this is the truth. Go look it up. It's totally there. They weren't answering the phones. They embezzled a ton of money from the Trans Lifeline. The fact that thing there's an actual lifeline, like a S hotline specifically for trans people. The fact that it's still going says everything to me about the trans community. That it didn't just get I think they ended up having to pay back some of the money, but they never spent 1 minute in jail. It's just, and I remember talking to somebody who said that they called and no one answered the phone. Like, what? So this is the pathetic part of this community. The next one.
Well, should parents be notified if their children want to change their gender at schools?
Yeah.
Joining now is Eli Ehrlich, founder of Trans Student Educational Resources. Eli, it's good to see you again.
Ugh.
Good to see you too, Phil.
You say that based on your own experiences, that it's harmful for children to be outed to parents by teachers or school staff, because this was something that came very prominent in your life at 8 years old, as I recall. You and I have talked many times before, so I know a lot about your situation. It was 8 years old when this became prominent in your life, correct?
Exactly. I mean, this is deeply personal to me. And I was also in a small town in rural Northern California, and I was outed in 3rd grade. And like so many trans students, my parents did not take it well. They shamed me, they punished me, and I felt humiliated. I mean, they were some of my first bullies. Now, thankfully, they've came around. I was able to transition. And at the same time, I didn't have the opportunity to tell them on my own terms. And that's all that we're asking for as trans people. We want to be able to come out on our own terms to people who we want to know. There's a reason if a trans child doesn't want to tell a parent. And it can be fear, it can be misunderstanding, but we have this right to privacy, and no adult has the right to abuse their child.
Well, okay, so I can't stand this person. They're a grifter. In my opinion, they all I did a whole video on them. I'll put the link there. They have done some really scary stuff in that. They're like, oh, I hoard hormones, so when these kids can't get it, I'm going to give it to them. First, second, third, whatever I'm on. This person just said that they in 3rd grade. These are the people, these are those creepy trans activists who are pushing this trans agenda on kids and acting like at 3rd grade I was trans. No, you weren't. You were not trans in 3rd grade. And also, do you see how this person talks? I don't even look at their face. They have the most creepy way of talking. It sounds so fake. It sounds so fake. And whatever you are, you do not get to tell parents how to treat their children. And every parent should be attached to their child if they're struggling with their gender, whatever that means, or dealing with that stuff. Who are you? Do you even have children? These are the freaks that I want to just expose. And this community, I want to say so many things right now. How does this person keep getting on media? How? I don't understand how Dr. Phil and Piers Morgan all highlight this person who is such a danger, in my opinion, to the community. So, I just wanted to throw that one in there because, again, there's that person continually. That's your experience, Eli. Okay, you can lie about being trans in 3rd grade all you want, but that's your experience, and you're not a parent, and you don't get to say that about what parents need to know, and kids know who they are, and the outing them up. The whole thing is so barfy, you guys. Okay. This one is my favorite of all of them. So hold on here. This one rocks so hard, you guys.
One thing before I go to bed, because it is just ridiculous. Why am I seeing a bunch of trans people packing up and leaving America, or packing up and going to another state? Let's be completely honest. Y'all are just so dramatic. This is the most dramatic thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Is y'all packing up and leaving and going to another country or another state. And the to-go bags. The to-go bags is getting me. Pack your passports. Pack your driver's license. Pack this, pack that. Because they're going to be rounding us and... they're going to be rounding us up and taking us to camp. Like, it is so funny watching them panic for no reason. They're like... Trump is over here giving awards to like Jaguar, right? And they're over here packing up a bag because they're thinking they're going to go to a concentration camp like they're freaking Jews or something. It's so funny. I think they want to be oppressed so bad that they have this in this mind that we're oppressed. Like, You're really not. Nobody actually cares. Like,
Nobody actually cares. I love her. She just said it all. Y'all want to be oppressed. Your little go bags. Get your go bag with your passport and it's just so good. Everyone sees you all, right? Everyone sees the nonsense. The umbrella is crushing under the weight of the lies and the deceit, people. It's coming down hard. So, today I just wanted to show you how it's all made up. They are making themselves victims, because if they're not oppressed and they don't have something to fight for, then what else are they going to do, right? They won't be having the drama. They need the drama in order to feed their egos and they don't want to move forward in the world. They don't want to get jobs and careers and families and just move forward. They want to be trans oppressed. It is an actual thing. So I hope you enjoyed the video today. Thank you guys so much. I guess what I want to leave you all with is, I just am appalled that we're in a space like this called trans, and it's embarrassing for people like myself to even have that trans label attached to me. And I hope soon that it just ends and we can get back to, and I can start making content about being adopting a baby and becoming a parent at 63. I think it will be very interesting to sort of move into that, because we won't have to talk about trans insanity anymore. So with that, have a great rest of your day, my friends, and I'll see you on the next one.